We recently visited Colorado and were able to see and experience a lot of new things. It started with an early flight to Denver, where we picked up our rental car, a free upgrade to a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and then drove to Colorado Springs, where we stayed for a few days and had a lot of fun. One of our favorite spots, which we visited several times while there, was Garden of the Gods. My favorite part was seeing the bighorn sheep.
My favorite part of Garden of the Gods was seeing the tarantula and the sheep. Well, yeah, I like the sheep too.
You mean the mule deer?
Yeah, I like the sheep.
Near Garden of the Gods is Manitou Springs. This was a really cool small town and had lots of neat shops, including Mountain Man. The things that they had here in Mountain Man were things like deer skins and turtle shells and rabbit feet and guns and knives and everything that a mountain man would have.
My favorite thing was the silver cups and plates and mugs. I liked those. I got one of the mugs.
As we explored the town, we discovered an old arcade, and it just kept going and going.
It was fun. There was also this ride, and there's the seat. I could ride it, and it went all the way up, and I was the top of the family, and then I was the lowest.
We only spent $8 there. I actually recently went to an arcade and I had to spend $30. And I played just about as many games as I played for the $30, but for $8 because everything there was 25 cents. But there was also one that was 1 cent.
And it was fast. It was a horse one, and there was a carriage, And Mom put me with there because she thought that it would be a nice ride. But then it just started, when it went really fast.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
Another fun stop we had was at the Focus on the Family Welcome Center. There was a whole Adventures and Odyssey area, and we got to eat some treats at Wits End.
And it had ice cream.
Oh yeah. So we had to get some ice cream because you don't go to Wits End and you don't get ice cream.
Yes. If you go to an ice cream place and you don't get ice cream, that is not how it works, man. Not how it works.
They also had a 3-story slide which we rode several times. Well,
Yeah.
Jack rode several times. I only rode it 2 times, but the first time I rode it, I think I just about broke my legs.
Yeah. It
very
was really
turny.
fun, and yeah, I
For you.
enjoyed it.
For you. We made some new friends who own a alpaca farm, and they showed us all of their animals, which included some really big dogs. One of the things I learned about alpacas was that they actually kind of have 3 lips because their, well, I guess our top lip is split in the middle, so they have 3 lips, which I thought was quite interesting.
Yeah, I liked the alpacas, but I really liked the dogs.
Oh yes, the dogs are very nice.
Yeah, I liked them, don't you think?
Yeah, I wanted to take one home, but I
Me.
couldn't. They're huge.
Yeah.
Then came the big day. It was time to climb Pikes Peak. As we were driving up, there were no guardrails, which my mom, usually drives on roads that do have guardrails on cliffs, so she was freaked out that Dad was going to drive off the cliff.
But this time, there was no handrails, and Mom was freaked out. So, if you have moms that are very freaked out, do not take them. That's for sure.
Pikes Peak was over 14,000 feet tall in elevation. One of the good things that they had there was donuts.
Yeah. They only had two options. Plain and cinnamon. I really like the cinnamon.
Yeah.
The plain was just plain.
It's like a piece of bread and then they poked a hole in it.
Yeah.
But the cinnamon one had a taste to it.
Yeah.
That's why I liked it.
All donuts should have a taste, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also really cold up there. I mean, when you're 14,000 feet up in the air, you're bound to see some snow. So we saw our fair part of snow.
Fair share.
Before we left Colorado Springs, we had to visit North Pole, Colorado.
I mean, that was the next day. We visited the North Pole. It was very fun. There was a couple of rides, lots of stores. Yeah, it was fun. And if you've been to Disney World, there's one thing that they had that you've probably seen. Little cars, and you can drive them and they run on tracks.
Yeah, so basically it's this Christmas-themed park all year round. And it has music and food and shows and lots of other stuff.
Yeah, as you were going on that car ride, they had this Christmas long-necked dinosaur, like this one I have here.
Yes.
Rawr.
Yeah, my favorite ride was, I can't remember what it was called, but it was some sort of, it was like this ride that spins around, but then it's connected to more spinning chairs. So you kind of get shuffled up with everybody else. We had a great time in Colorado Springs, but now it was time to head to Rocky Mountain National Park. Our Airbnb was just a mile outside of the park and sat right next to a stream. We could hear elk from the back porch in the evenings. It was really cool.
And Mom said if we saw a bear, we would get $10.
Oh yeah. We tried to look for a bear, but the bears thought that they weren't worth $10, so that was a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah, all I saw was a rabbit. That's all I saw.
One of our favorite spots was Sprague Lake.
One thing I liked there, they had some fish that did some good things, that did some same things with the salmon. And they were getting their babies out, and how to keep salmon keep their babies from dying, they wag their tail because it's really fast to move. They wag their tail. And usually there's only 2 babies left. But that's what those fish did. They were really cool. Weren't they, Henry? Yes.
It was really nice seeing the river trout doing that. Before we knew it, our time in Colorado was over, and it was time to travel home. We're looking forward to visiting more national and state parks soon.
Right, Henry. It's time to run away.